On a snow-covered November evening, I'm Blythe Whaley alongside Mary Rominger. We welcome you back to Sports Den. But you guys, what a perfect night for our fall finale as winter is knocking on our door. And I'm not quite ready to get rid of fall just yet.
And we don't have to. First up, we have the Class 6A state football quarterfinals where teams are one win away from playing at US Bank Stadium. The Centennial Cougars go head-to-head with Rosemount in Stillwater. Special teams comes up big for the Irish early in the ball game. The Cougars' punt is blocked by Lucas Klinker. Klinker scoops it up and returns it for a touchdown. Centennial trailing 7-0. Second quarter, Jake Schimmel extends the Rosemount lead, bulldozing through the goal line for 6. Cougars have a tough time slowing down this Irish offense. Third quarter, Hayden Bills makes the catch and finds pay dirt for 25 yards. Centennial playing with a 20-point deficit. Rosemount will add to the lead in the fourth quarter, and the Cougars are shut out in the Class 6A quarterfinals 27-0. Centennial's season comes to an end with an 8-3 record. It's a disappointing loss, and now Rosemount marches on to the bank where they'll match up with Eden Prairie High School. Rosemount is 11-0. EP is 9-2.
And we think about the end of the seasons for, of course, football. We think about the end of the seasons for another sport, which happens to be in the pool. So it kind of feels like summer all year round for them. But we'll head to our swimming pool and our diving well for the Section 5 2A tournament. This happened at the Minnetonka Aquatic Center. Getting to see diving up first. This is Heidi Engelbritson, the 8th grader from Spring Lake Park. She got 16th for the Panthers. Caitlin Hederarchi getting 11th, bringing that in for Spring Lake Park. 7th is Elise Rosenberg as she finds her way into the pool. But to win this all is Lulu Simakula, and she gets 417.50. You get to see that medal ceremony. Getting the hardware always feels great, but the fans, they were out there cheering their ladies on to wrap up that season and try to push their way to state. But over in the pool, we get to see the 200-yard medley relay. Spring Lake Park coming in 5th for their relay team, and Wayzata takes it and gets that automatic advance to state with a minute 46.27. But in the 200-yard freestyle, this is Erica Schraber from Wayzata who finished, but coming in 8th, you see the disappointment there, Nordenstrom of Spring Lake Park, but it's a tough race. See her get 2:05.72. In event 3, the 200-yard IM touching that wall. Wayzata is Remke getting that automatic qualifier, but Spring Lake Park coming in 6th, Cora Rosenborough. So getting to see, again, some more medals handed out. But the 50-yard freestyle, everyone, that tight, close race. But it's a tie for first, Wayzata in Maple Grove in 24.49 with those automatic state qualifiers. Congrats to them. And the 100-yard butterfly, some more excitement to Wayzata. Ladies next to each other getting that win. But in the 100-yard freestyle, this is Lane from Wayzata, the senior, getting to be right next to second place. Another teammate for Wayzata, 52.64 for Lane and Alberts. But in the 500-yard freestyle, Wayzata continues to do what the Trojans have done, it seems, all night, and that is win. Another automatic qualifier for Schraber, but Nordenstrom got 8th for the Panthers, so a lot to be proud of. The Panthers finding their ways to get some points. But 200-yard freestyle relay, Spring Lake Park team, Nordenstrom finished it out for them, getting 4th, but Wayzata overall another winning and state qualifying time is a minute 39.39. The 100-yard backstroke brought some more excitement. 3 state qualifiers based on time in this one, but Spring Lake Park, Carly Lindquist got 8th for the senior. And as you can see in this 100-yard backstroke, Wayzata finds ways to win and continue their streak going. A minute 7.20 for Ribey. But Spring Lake Park found their way into 5th from Rosenboro. You see her smiling on the podium, getting that medal. But 400-yard freestyle relay, Wayzata, again, the Trojans finding that automatic qualifier from their relay team. The Panthers getting 4th from Kotzenbath, Romacher, Nordenstrom, and Walcott. But Wayzata overall, of course, after hearing how many times they won, 680.5, the team gets first. We look at the swimming and diving results. Again, Spring Lake Park, 5th place with a minute 59.80, and some great times you see from them getting to finish that season strong. But the 200-yard freestyle, Nordenstrom, 8th place. And further down, you see some 4th places from the Panthers in the 200-yard freestyle relay and that 400-yard freestyle relay. So freestyle seems to be the Panthers.
Oh yeah, and that's one of the more exciting events to watch. Well, on to the Section 7 2A Girls Swimming and Diving Championships. Centennial and Blaine in the mix. We start on the diving board where the Centennial Cougars and Blaine Bengals see 4th place in the top 7. There's Cougars 7th grader Melanie Borchevit scoring a 279.50 with a 6th place finish. Catherine Wolfel, a sophomore for the Cougars, earns a 291. Very solid execution. There's a 4th place finisher, Sophia Larson. The senior earns a 313.60 with that gorgeous dive. Coming in 3rd place, Centennial senior Riley McCulloch. She earned a 320.20. Now for the champion, Delaney Nichols of Forest Lake. And that's some of the best stuff you'll see in the state. Now for the moment you work hard all season for, getting your medals on the podium. Congratulations to the duo that's headed to state. And here we get to hear from them, McCulloch and Larson.
I think it went well overall. At the beginning I was really nervous, and so it didn't go exactly how I was hoping it would. But once I kind of reminded myself that it's against me and myself, and it's quite exciting, a little bit nerve-wracking. I wasn't expecting it when I first started out on this meet, but I'm really happy that I get to go.
I basically just turned my brain off. I tend to overthink things a lot, so I try to just take deep breaths in and out and just focus on what I know how to do, and it works out in the end. I mean, it's pretty exciting. I worked really hard. I came back from a pretty big injury this season, and so my hard work and dedication I'm really proud of myself, and I can tell it's all paid off.
.149.54 in the 200-yard medley relay. Blaine's group of Sophia Leo, Madeline Schrank, Nevaeh Miller, and Callie Stark. Centennial placed 4th with a time of 155.90. In the 200-yard freestyle, Blaine Jr., Schrank, and sophomore Miller placed in the top 2. Schrank with a time of 154.87 and Miller with a time of 159.34. Third event of the day, 200-yard IM. Blaine's Gabby Bush, a sophomore, posted a 217.54 for a 4th place finish. The Bengals, as you see, off to a hot start. 50-yard freestyle time. It's the trifecta. Stark and Leo for Blaine finished in the top 2, and Jaden Rugsager came in 3rd. One of the most exciting races to watch, ends with great representation for the area. Blaine gets another top finish in the 100-yard butterfly. The junior talent Schrank comes in with a championship winning time of 50 57.84. Just incredible. Blaine is feeling it today. In the 100-yard free, you guessed it, Blaine at the top with a 53.18 finish for Stark. The winning continues. In the 500-yard free, Miller comes in close second for Blaine. Between Blaine and Centennial, there were 4 top 8 finishers. And in this event, Andover wins, but another event with great representation from Centennial and Blaine. Plenty to be proud of so far. Well, in the 200-yard free, Blaine star Sophia Leo paired with Kate Penoyer and Lana Ryan, along with Stark, came in first by over a second. Centennial placed 7th in the event. One of the strongest showings for Blaine on the day. On to the 10th event, 100-yard backstroke. Leo, the Blaine senior, with another show-stopping performance. She comes in first under a minute with a time of 59.65, the only to score under a minute. Gabby Bush in second, and the Cougars have 2 in the top 8. Down to the final 2 events, 100-yard breaststroke. Centennial with 2 top 8 finishers again, and Blaine gets in at 5th. And they have the turkey hat going. So much fun when everyone is together for sections. Then for the finale, Blaine claims its 6th event with the 400-yard freestyle relay. Again, it's Blaine coming in hot. Blaine won 6 of 12 events and had 10 state qualifying swims en route to the team title, along with the title at the diving board.
I'm very excited. This is my first year, and I was really nervous about making it and getting second, so I'm very excited to swim.
I'd say my biggest strength is that I'm very determined. Yeah, I'd say put in the effort early, because I wish I put more effort in my younger years, and now I feel like you just should really put in the effort when you're younger.
Mostly to have fun while they're working hard, because it makes it easier to work hard, and that it's very difficult to work hard when you're not having fun, and that's how you learn how to do hard things. Before every meet, I make sure I get a good amount of sleep, and I eat good meals, and I stretch a lot, and I make sure I get a really good warm-up in. Otherwise, I'll feel really crappy when I'm racing.
I'm super excited. I'm kind of nervous, but mostly excited. Definitely my turns. She definitely caught me on the turns, so I can work on making those faster, but I'm happy for her.
I'm really excited. It was really fun to come up and see them all race and do their thing and do what they've been trained to do. And it was really fun to see them all like compete and come out and be themselves and have fun with it. So it was a blast. It's a big honor. It's definitely it's fun to know that the hard work you're putting in is being recognized. And it's just it feels great, because it's wow, people, they watch me, and it's really fun to know that, and it's great.
There you have it. Well said by the stars out of Blaine, who are on to state. In the end, Blaine, Andover, and Anoka captured the top 3 spots in Section 7-2A. There you see all of Blaine's strong finishes, along with Centennial. The state meet gets underway November 16th at the U of M. We're joined by 2 special guests of the Blaine girls soccer team. 2 individuals that had key roles in the success of this year's team, Kendall Stadden and Madison Way. Both of you have had time to reflect on what was a 15-3-1 season for the Bengals program, eventually following in the section championship. But now that you have had time to reflect, what are you both most proud of in all that was accomplished in this historic season?
I think what I would have to be most proud of is something that set this team apart from the past teams I've been on here at Blaine is we just had so much fun over the season. You would not be able to tell the amount of pressure we were under with our undefeated record. I think that the amount of fun calculated at the end was more fun than I've ever had on all 3 teams combined. So.
Yeah, I have to agree with Kendall on that. I think going into the season, we were all just had so much excitement and so much determination, and it made the season more fun than it's been all the 4 years I've been in this program. So I'm just super proud with how we all got along so well and just how much fun we were all able to have with each other every day on the field and off the field even. So that just made it super exciting.
We could tell by watching how much fun you guys were having. And for you, Kendall, you finished this season with a remarkable 18 goals, and you've proved time and time again to be a force on the field that not a lot of people at the high school level can stop. So for you, it goes beyond that. You have an incredible way of carrying yourself that's respectable. You have a strong work ethic. Give us insight onto why you think you have become the person that you are at this senior year, finishing your soccer career the way that you did.
I think something that comes with age and comes with experience just on the field and off the field. As an athlete, you learn that it's not just the game you're representing. There's youth players, there's kids my age, there's adults that are watching the game and they're watching you as a person, not just you as an athlete. So I think it represents everything you stand for off the field as well. And I think I reminded myself of that often, and I just wanted to put on a good show, a respectable show, and I want to respect the opponents just as much as I respect my teammates.
Beautiful. And for you, Maddie, 90% of the time this season, about 90% of the time that you saw a shot, you stopped it. And it was very fun for everyone to watch when the offense was humming, courtesy of Kendall at some points. You were a stallion in net. What led to the success that you had and your ability to just stay focused in games where maybe you didn't see a whole lot of action?
I think the biggest thing was making sure I had a clear mindset throughout every game, because I'm a person who can overthink a lot. But my back line was super helpful in my success. They had an amazing season, and they're all super positive back there. If there's a game where we're down a little bit, we just keep going and grinding it out, and they kind of keep me up and positive. I think the biggest thing for me was just the positivity throughout the season helped so much.
Absolutely. Now, Kendall, you're on to the Minnesota Gophers to play with the women's soccer team next season. Maddie, for you, Wisconsin-Platteville. Blaine will always follow the two of you as long as your college careers or soccer careers extends. So what about Blaine will you always be prideful of as your soccer careers continue?
I think Blaine has a lot to represent, just not even through soccer. Whether it was my experience on the soccer team, on the football team, or the track community, they were all completely different experiences, but they all kind of led by one role of just like attitude and effort. And I think that no matter what team it was, all of the girls were super supportive, and they've already said, they're like, we're coming to watch when you go to Minnesota, and that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited just to see them there, and I know I always have their support.
Yeah, I agree with that too. The support is huge, and all the love that people show for each other, everyone, like, not everything's like seen as like a competition with someone else. Like, I've had a lot of experience with like sharing time with goalkeepers, and we make it like as fun as we can. And I go now and watch goalkeepers who've graduated in the past, and we support each other, and everyone always stays in like contact with each other, so it gets to be super exciting knowing that we'll all still be in contact with each other, and this isn't like the last time that we'll like be together or talk to someone. So that's super fun that it's like that there.
Yeah, I think Maddie not even mentioning sports in her examples is just something that I think Bengal pride goes a lot more beyond the athletics, and it's just something that you have as once a Bengal, always a Bengal kind of thing.
Yeah, it's super cool.
One memory that you guys, one of you can say that you'll hold on to of this soccer season, a favorite moment, just being with each other and the team and accomplishing?
I think mine would be the delayed reaction of conference champs. We beat, who did we beat? We beat Champlain. We didn't know if we won it or not. And then we were leaving, like going to the parking lot, and our coach was like, oh yeah, by the way, this team lost to this team. And then we were like, we knew what that meant. And it was just, we all came back and just spent the next 20 minutes or whatever it was together celebrating that, because it was something Blaine hasn't had in around 15 years.
Beautiful. Well, thank you both so much for joining us. And coming up after the break, the 7-4A Centennial Cougars, the champions of their section, join us. And we'll be right back here on Sports Den.
North Metro TV News is your source for local stories. Highlighting the issues in your community, we bring you the news that's closer to home. Join us as we explore the stories all around us, every day at 2:30, 6:30, and 10:30.
Welcome back here on Sports Den. Alongside me is the ladies from the Centennial Cougars soccer team. You guys, of course, congrats on being that section champion and in an overtime thriller, nonetheless. But alongside me is Maddie Skalicki and Addie Van Zee. And Maddie, I want to start with you, of course, because you are a senior. That was your last time playing for the Cougars on the soccer field. And what I think about when it comes to senior year, I played soccer, and you think of, what does that mean? Are you going to play at that next level? Do you want to? And so I just kind of want to go into what your thoughts are. Are you looking to play still, continue that soccer career?
Yeah, I loved Centennial soccer. It was some of my favorite memories ever, especially going to the bank last year. But I am really looking forward to playing at the next level. I haven't picked where yet, but I'm hoping to continue my soccer career because I had so much fun at Centennial and club soccer, but I loved soccer and I don't want it to be over quite yet.
That's awesome. And soccer loved you, of course. You did such a great job for the Cougars, so I'm glad to hear that you said that. But Addie, you have another season with the Cougars, just your junior season that you completed. So when you think of next year, now going to be a senior and getting to help lead your team even more, is there something that you want to make sure that you bring to next year to help those ladies out?
I want to stay positive whole season again, stay strong whole season like Maddie did, be a good captain like Maddie is, and just go to the bank, hopefully.
Yeah. And when you guys think of this season and you think of when you were in that section final and it did go to overtime and it was another thriller, you guys weren't naive to what overtime was. You guys had overtime winners, and how much confidence did you bring into that section final knowing you'd been in that place throughout the season?
We've been to overtime 3 other times. Before the Blaine game, we won the 2, and then we went into overtime against Andover in shootouts. We had practiced PKs every practice since beginning of October. We were ready. It took a lot of tries, but overall we finished and we got to go to state. So it was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of confidence going into it.
Yeah, we were very confident, and during the overtime we were playing, we were very working super hard. We wanted it, we used our heart for it. So it was very fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And when you think of your guys' season, I know maybe a rocky start. How did you guys start to gel, and how did you guys come together? Or was there a moment that you felt that really started to make your team going in the right direction?
I would say we really gained our confidence when we beat Stillwater. We beat them in overtime. That was our first overtime win.
Of course, of course.
It was a little bit of revenge from the prior year when we lost to them in the state championship. So that really brought our team together and made us feel like we could really make it to state again this year.
I think the same thing. It kind of made us just come together and get all hype and support each other more.
Your team, it was a team effort. You had those assists coming in from Frost that help you also set you up in different times. But Maddie Skalicki, you think about your impact as a defender. You weren't a defender the year prior, so that position change. Can you touch on what it was like to help Jordan Metz, who is a phenomenal goalkeeper? I won't discredit her at all because she holds her own back there, but the back line that you guys provided playing defense in your senior season really helped make her shine even more. How difficult was that for you guys to gel and get on that same page to be a brick wall?
Well, I started as a midfielder last year, and I was asked to step in the position of a center back, which I play at club. And she's like my little sister, Nora Helvig, was my other center back. All four of us were super close back there. We always knew we each had each other's backs. We never wanted Jordan to be put in this situation where she felt like it was her fault if a ball was scored, so we always put in all of our effort to make sure we kept it out of Jordan's hands. And then if it didn't, Jordan saved us. Jordan was a big help in that.
We always listen to her during everything because she knows what's going on, so we have to listen to our keeper, and she helps us win.
Yeah. Saved us many times, especially when it came to PKs.
Yeah. She was very good at PKs.
Yes, she loved those.
Which you guys saw it. I mean, in that final game, she was pumped.
She was so good.
Think of when you look at a goalkeeper sometimes, they're really,
Jordan was always ready
as they go in. But
she's always ready.
Well, Marissa, when you think of next season and maybe how you're going to help get your team to gel like they did this season, is there something that you can think of? How can you get your team to gel right from the get-go and have that full season like you did this year?
I think just getting on them more from the beginning and making sure that they're like welcome and that they work their hardest so that we can all see good results, pretty much.
Like you said, if you're welcoming people, you're getting them to find that chemistry early on. I think it's really going to help. But you guys, thanks so much for being here with us on Sports Den. We're so glad to get to celebrate your success making it to that state tournament, and we hope that continues for you guys, and good luck at the next level, Maddie.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. We will be back to wrap out our finale for our fall season back here on Sports Den. Stick around, guys.
An apple core, or potato peels, that leftover pizza you promised you'd eat.
Ew!
Those dirty napkins and paper towels.
Stop treating us like garbage.
Did you know up to 30% of what you're throwing away could be composted? Composting gives your discards new life, which can be used to improve soil. To learn more about the new organics drop-off programs available throughout the county and get your free starter kit, go to anokacounty.us/organics.
Back on Sports Den, as we finish out our fall finale, we can't end our show without mentioning the team that was the last standing, which is Cougars volleyball, Mary.
The Centennial volleyball program carried its remarkable season and section title winning season to XL Energy Center, but they were defeated by Lakeville North, who were the eventual state runners-up. They lost 3-1, but still an accomplishment to reach the XL Energy Center stage for the first time in what was about a decade. So congratulations to the Cougars on a strong season, and I'm sure the success will continue for that volleyball program because they're always stacked with talent.
Yeah, incredible. And you think about what is incredible for us. What is not better than a fall Sports Den? That's Winter Sports Den coming back for you December 12th, and I believe it is the 19th. So a couple of winter episodes coming up here shortly. But thanks for joining us for our fall finale here on Sports Den. For Mary Rominger and our director, Ted LaRue, I'm Blythe Whaley saying so long until winter. Bye, guys.